Top 10 Best Post Malone Moments. This hitmaker dances to the beat of his own drama, and we love him for it. Today, we are counting down our picks for the top 10 times Post Malone was awesome. For this list, we are going to take a look at various times that Post Malone stood out from the crowd, showcased his sense of humor, or just did something unexpected that made us smile. 10. Birthday shopping for 21 Savage. Post Malone doesn't need any help to turn a song into a hit, but if you are going to reach out and invite another rapper to do a feature, you can't ask for a better co-conspirator than 21 Savage. In 2019, about 2 years after the release of Rockstar, Post Malone decided to treat his collaborator and friend with a swanky birthday gift of Rolex. In a video, he and Sway Lee take a break from their tour to do shopping at Icebox in Atlanta. The fact that he goes all out on a friend is awesome, but what we love the most about this is how incredibly down-to-earth and polite he is. You can also say he's a dream customer. 9. When he kept his cool on The Breakfast Club. Honestly, this interview is tough to watch. Without Angela Yee to rein him in, Charlemagne the God, along with DJ Envy, absolutely grills Post Malone from the origins of his name to the choice to have a steady girlfriend and even loaded questions like what a white rapper could do for the Black Lives Matter movement. It's painful.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?
What?
I don't know.
Is that a serious question?
Charlemagne even tries to get him to say the N-word in the face of the incessant attacks and hostility. However, the 20 at the time smiles through it all and keeps his cool. Furthermore, despite his first visit being an unpleasant one, he showed real class and returned to the show where Angela began the interview with an apology.
I just have to say one thing. I just want to apologize because I wasn't here when you came up here the first time. I had to actually leave and go out of town, and it got rough.
8. Super Bowl ad for Bud Light. If you ever want to venture inside the mind of Post Malone, then this is the ad, and you don't know that behind these bright blue eyes is a control room full of well-dressed technicians. They kind of look like the staff from the Cabin in the Woods, just covered in Post Malone's trademark tattoos. We are not sure how big of an impact Bud Light Seltzer has made on the beverage industry, but this hilarious ad certainly could not have hurt. We particularly appreciate Posty's commitment to physical comedy when his brain can't decide what to get when he puts his body into it. Plus, it's just all around awesome that this Bud Light mega fan got to do an ad for his favorite company. 7. Getting into acting. Considering his comedic chops in the aforementioned ad campaign, we're not the least bit surprised that Post Malone is making the jump to acting. He is nothing if not versatile. After blending musical genres, it only seems fair that he would similarly want to blur the line between musician and actor. And what better way to start than with a role of major Netflix productions starring Mark Wahlberg and Winston Duke. For the record, Post, well, he technically made his big screen debut when he cameoed in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But who's counting? The film Spencer Confidential has garnered mixed reviews, but fans will be sure to get a kick out of Post Malone's character, even if his screen time is limited. 6. On Hot Ones. Post Malone navigates a gauntlet of increasingly spicy hot wings. He talks about everything from the role Guitar Hero played in him getting into the music to getting pranked by Justin Bieber. What really stands out in this interview is Posty's unique way with words. He calls Justin Bieber a booster gangsta and makes it very clear that he does not enjoy the fiery sensation in his mouth.
He did that. He's a little prankster, a little gooster, gafster. Post. I don't like it. Now you know what's happening. I don't like it. Now you.
But even when he's struggling with the heat, he's only too happy to wax poetic with evaluating fast food joints. 5. Appearing on the H3 podcast. This episode of the H3 podcast runs for a staggering 2 hours and 38 minutes, and as Ethan says in the opening, this is actually Post Malone's 3rd time as a guest. How many celebrities do you know who are willing to offer up that much of their time to a podcast? Not many. No wonder Ethan calls him his favorite guest. The special thing is that these two just come across as friends hanging out. They discuss the news, they watch YouTube videos, and generally seem to be having a good time. It's a thoroughly unfiltered conversation with a young man who, even in 2017, was well on his way to being one of the biggest names in the music today. 4. Breaking down his tattoos for GQ. Like telling the world that Justin Bieber was your inspiration for getting tattoos. This interview is endearing from start to finish, but hearing Posty gush about the tattooed portraits of the musician who inspired him is definitely a highlight. It's a good thing that GQ had Post back for a part 2 because he's been rather liberal with the ink over the past few years. Honestly, looking back, it's almost cute how few of them he had in the first interview. Face tattoos are pretty divisive, but as always, Post Malone is totally unself-conscious as he discusses them in this video. You can't say that he didn't warn us about the sword on the face. 3. Going undercover as a record store employee. Honestly, the very first customer in this video puts it best. By the time he shot his hilarious little undercover operation, Post Malone had way too many times to be the version of the non-commercial. Thankfully, one of these record store patrons were apparently unfamiliar with his work, or at least his physical appearance, and that's when the fun begins. He essentially just goes around the store trash-talking his own music to anyone who will listen.
I'll buy this, we're trying to get rid of it because it sucks.
Post Malone.
I'll give it to you half off.
It sucks?
It's so bad.
He then proceeds to describe himself as an aspiring rapper and asks random customers to help him develop everything from his lyrics to his stage name.
I'm aspiring, artist, kind of rap type stuff. I was wondering, I don't really have a name. I was wondering if you could help me.
He's wonderfully self-deprecating, and the end result is pure comedy gold. 2. Olive Garden with Jimmy Fallon. Sitting down at a restaurant? What sort of images come to mind? Chances are that you're thinking of the Michelin star establishment with a 3-month wait list for a table and dishes with 3-digit price tags. Breadsticks probably don't fit into the picture. He likes drinking Bud Light, and his favorite restaurant is Olive Garden, an Italian-American casual dining chain. Dishes average $10 to $20 a plate, and the breadsticks are bottomless. Post Malone and Jim Anthony genuinely seem like they're having the meal of a lifetime. The only thing they could possibly compete with their second dinner date at medieval times. I'm so pumped for this. 1. Post Malone nursery rhyme raps. More so than arguably any genre of music or rap is very much concerned with image and credibility. It's not enough to have bars. You've got to be seen as legit. It's for this reason that rappers with a sense of humor about themselves are a rarity. They've got a brand to project. But here's the thing about Post Malone right out of the starting gate. He's always had a sense of humor about himself and a willingness to be silly. And this fact has rarely been more obvious than when he rapped in nursery rhymes with the guys. How about a good mythical morning? It's just a lot of silly, good old-fashioned fun. While Rhett and Link both give it their best, they simply cannot compete with Post's performance.